Here's a method that you can use to basically master the Russian alphabet in around 5 minutes. So it all starts by separating letters into 4 categories, and we'll look at the letters that look the same and sound the same in Russian and English. So we have A, T, O, M, S, K, and then Y. And you can use the mnemonic atoms, kill everyone, to memorize that these are the letters that look the same and sound the same. And don't forget that Russia and the United States are major nuclear powers. I also included these letters because you've actually come across them in a math class before. You've learned that to find the slope of a line, you need to do delta y over delta x, and Russian is derived from Greek, and this makes the this sound, as in delta, so I'm going to write that, d. And then you also might remember that the wavelength was equal to lambda, and this kind of looks like the lambda letter. This makes the l sound, so I'm going to write lambda. And then this is the famous letter that looks like pi, since you know pi is equal to 3.14, and this makes the p sound, so pi, p for pi. And then this last letter, when you were trying to figure out the angle in a triangle, you did something like sine of theta equals x. And this makes a similar sound. It makes the f sound, and it also looks like a face, so I'll do face for f. So just with these letters alone, you can already read street signs in Russia. So here's one in St. Petersburg. Don't forget the mnemonic. So we have k, a, and then theta or face, f, and then ye, cafe. This means cafe in Russian. Okay, on to the other category of letters that look the same and sound different. So to me, this kind of looks like a bed if you stretch it out and you sleep on a bed at night. This makes the n sound. This makes the u sound, and if you add a little squiggly line here, it kind of looks like a hook to me. So I'm going to write hook for u. This letter makes that rolling r sound in Russian, and if you add a line here, that looks like an r. So I'm going to write rolling for r. This letter, if you turn it on its side, it looks like glasses, and you wear glasses on a vacation. This makes the v sound. This looks like a teepee to me, and I know that a teepee is a type of house. This makes the h sound. Okay, so, and then you can also use the mnemonic hip box to remember these 5 letters. So you can read more signs in Russian. Let's do that. Okay, so we have the rolling r, I, s, t, o, re, a, and the night, n. Restaurant. This means restaurant in Russian. All right, on to the largest category of letters that look different and sound different. And we're going to go hardcore on mnemonics here because this letter to me kind of looks like maybe face on the bottom and then a strand of hair on the top. And I know that this is a common image for babies, so I'm going to write b. This makes the b sound. This makes the g sound, and this kind of looks like a garden hoe. This letter looks like these 2 dots on top. To me, it just kind of reminds me of someone making a peace sign to you and saying yo. This makes the yo sound. This letter, if you know that there are many types of genres of books. There's fiction, non-fiction, fantasy, science fiction, memoirs, autobiographies, the whole lot. So this makes the j sound, right? Genre. This letter, if you turn it on its side, it looks like a bird, and we know that exotic birds especially live at the zoo. This makes the z sound. This other letter looks like an eel, and this makes the e sound. And now you're going to bake the eel, and you're going to add a tasty yolk on the top, and this makes the y sound. This letter kind of looks like 2 walls that are protecting a city from a tsunami, and this makes the ts sound, right? Tsunami here. This looks like a chalice. This makes the ch sound. These 2 letters sound pretty similar to each other, and if you add a handle here, this makes this kind of looks like a brush, and this makes the brush sound, sh sound. This reminds me of cutlery, and you use fancy cutlery at a French restaurant, and in French you say oui. This makes the sound. This looks like a ear on an elephant. If I can draw an elephant here, it's really bad. But this makes the s sound, so write elephant. This letter, you turn it on its side, it looks like a unicycle. I'm going to write unicycle here, so for u. And then this last letter, if you turn it on its side, it kind of looks like a yacht. If you have a mast, and then you have a sail. So this makes the ya sound. Okay, so you now have most of the letters here, and we're going to read another sign. Okay, so we have brush, so sh, o, k, o, lambda, l, a, delta, d, night, n, il, I, tsunami, ts, a. Шоколадница. This means chocolate store in Russian. All right, so now we're almost done. But we have these two letters here, which don't make a sound, but this kind of looks like maybe a tenderizer tool that you'd use in the kitchen, and this is exactly what it does to the letter before it. It makes the letter sound soft. So you have T, and then you add this letter. Instead of making T sound, it now makes the T. If you have D, now you add this letter. Instead of making D, it makes Y sound, and so on. So this letter makes letters sound softer, and this letter makes letters sound harder, but it's so rare that I'm just not going to cover it. All right, but since this is so common, we're going to do one last sign in Russian. Okay, we're just going to do this word. We have O, and then B, baby, so B, hook, U, vacation, V, and then soft sign, so V, obuv, obuv. This means shoes in Russian. And just for fun, you can figure out this word and just let me know what you think, what it is in the comments. All right, so that's basically all I have for you. Good luck studying rest of Russian.